A young West Michigan girl squeezes some big money for a great cause. News Channel 3's photojournalist Jason Heeres stopped by her home just off Gall Road in Kalamazoo to see how she's honoring veterans today.
What are we having, an original or?
Both blue raspberries.
Both blue raspberries, you got it.
We're Izzy's Lemonade, and we raise money for charities by selling lemonade. With water.
Shake it until all that sugar disappears.
One day I was in the car, wanted to do a lemonade stand, and then my dad thought of like, maybe we could do a charity and a lemonade stand. So then it took off from there. We're raising money to support towns out.
Thanks for the lemonade. I think it's such an important thing for kids to see kids doing things in their community for the right reasons.
She's only 8 years old, but you know, in our home we understand the importance of veterans and especially, in our opinion, the greatest generation of veterans, which is World War II.
They don't have the money to go there, and we want to help them anyway, since if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the freedom that we have now.
Stripping these bicycles of cables and into skeletal frames. Spray painting these bikes a chalky white. Like a cross planted at a roadside memorial, these ghost bikes will be placed at the very spot 5 cyclists were hit by a truck and killed Tuesday night, paralyzing Kalamazoo's cycling community, but only for a moment.
All of us here were just sick to our stomachs with the anticipation of who was involved, and not in the unknown.
And in this volunteer-driven effort, Meg Zapolowski, a member of a competitive Kalamazoo bike club, says the cycling community wants to draw attention to deadly vehicle versus bicycle accidents.
Within probably close to 35 minutes from me putting out a post that said I needed bikes, I could have had a whole fleet here.
Meg saying while she is overcome with grief, she won't let this tragedy derail cyclists from memorializing those who died.
I've been on that route hundreds of times and felt safe hundreds of times. I think that riding a bike is a pastime, love, and it's something that we should all continue to do in their memory.
5 bikes now sit along this fence as a backdrop along this lonely country road to act as a solemn reminder cyclists were killed here.
Members of the cycling community tell me this silent ride is going to be at least 5 miles long, and many here are also saying that this tragedy is not going to stop them from riding. For now, we're live in Kalamazoo. Nikki Zizaza, News Channel 3.
Do you hear that sound? It's Mother Nature stretching her wings and giving us a taste of spring.
Because the snow's gone, it's warm to play outside.
It's the sound of winter hibernation ending and time outside beginning.
You can goof around outside more?
Yay!
All across the Kalamazoo area, folks were celebrating. The root beer stand locations kept busy.
Can I have 4 plates with that?
And even ice cream shops were packed. Just about everywhere, families were taking advantage and businesses benefited.
Well, it's a big bonus for business. A lot of people can get out, play those extra rounds of golf, and it helps us sell some extra memberships too.
Millam Golf Course opened 3 days ago, well ahead of their average March 16th opening. More than 100 golfers teed up Friday, and that will continue into the weekend. This spring weather teaser, a bonus for business budgets and a welcome change for the rest of us.
Usually have a race field.
Now the good news is Keith says that tomorrow will be a pretty decent day as well, so if you didn't get a chance to get out today, check it out tomorrow. Live in Kalamazoo, Christine Van Timmeren, News Channel 3.
All right, here we go. Being outside just gives you a feeling of being free.
Just something about the wind in his face and being outdoors got Portage resident Dale Much hooked on biking. But that freedom he experiences has always been fraught with a bit of difficulty.
It often works, but when it doesn't, I find myself running into my wife.
An accident when Much was young left him with burns on 60% of his body.
So
The fingers on his right hand are shorter than normal, and on his left, Not at all.
We knew that we had a few little limitations we were dealing with.
So Much headed to Pedal Bike Shop on Romance Road, wondering if anything could make biking easier.
We didn't know if it was going to work. We just had our fingers crossed, and we wanted to give it a try.
Jason Lechner and his team moved every gear and brake lever Much needed to the right side, and it worked. For the first time in 40 years, Much was able to brake and shift with ease.
Not only did we get a nice bike, but we got one that I can ride and stop and have a great time on.
To be able to take a bike that may not have worked and actually make it work for someone is kind of the way to go.
Much says the bike shop's willingness to make the modifications has made a huge impact on his life and made him proud of the community he's a part of.
Yeah, I have one hand, but I can ride a bike like anybody with two hands now. These brakes are awesome.